Now hold on. Wait a minute. First off, my brother is in front of the restaurant. I don't know if this man ran, walked quickly, but he's there with no shirt on and looks highly upset. So when Dave comes tell me I runs out the restaurant, I supposed to be working. We are busy. We have customers coming in and out, in and out. But my brother is mad important. So I ran outside the restaurant. I'm like, bro, what happened? He like, yo, that dude, me and him just got into it. Where he at? He in there right now? I'm like, wait, first off, I'm lost. Calm down. He's yelling, right? So I'm trying to like grasp her. What is he saying? I'm like, Marky, calm down. He like, that dude that work here. I'm like, who, Christopher? Cause that could be the only person. So he like, yeah, him. He like, I'm telling you, bro, me and him just got into it in front of the crib. I'm like, wait, so he came to the crib? Marky like, yes, we just got into it, bro. Is you not listening? I'm like, yeah, but it was like I was stuck. It wasn't that I wasn't listening. He knows I'm at work. We just got into it. So for you to leave and go to my crib, that was a bold move. Marky like, Shanice had to come up. And all of a sudden, as he's still telling me, Miss Shirley is coming out the front door. She's coming out. She like, what is going on in my parking lot? Straight like that. What is going on in my parking lot? So Marky like, when are you in place? She like, you know what? Where's your shirt? He like, at home. Now, mind you, people are coming, parking inside the parking lot, looking for parking spots. People are pulling out. Marky is the only one with no shirt on and look upset. Me and Miss Shirley out there talking. It looks bad. It looks bad for business, pretty much. So Miss Shirley say, come on, y'all follow me. So Miss Shirley, she walks off. And when she was walking, the walk said it all for me. Okay? The walk said it all for me. It was more like, I'm so sick of this. It was the walk, man. Soon as they saw us come inside the restaurant, people looking, right? They looking at Mark, he got no shirt on. Boom. Kiki hurried up and opened the door. We didn't even make it all the way to the door. That bad boy was open. Miss Shirley was still walking. We walking through the store. We got Dave. He's sitting up there. He looking at Mark like. And then you got Alex. He came from the back. He helping by prep table. Now normally he in the smoke area. Miss Shirley like, come on, keep following me. But the walk was like, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know what's about to happen. We went in her office. We sat down. She said, what is your name? And he was like, Mark. She said, Mark, why are you in my parking lot with no shirt on, yelling and screaming? He like, because one of your employees. She said, please don't point at me, because Marky was like, because one of your employees. Marky was like, because one of your employees. She like, please don't point at me. She was like, I'm going to talk to you in respect, and I want you to talk to me in respect in return. I understand you're mad. I'm like, yeah, Marky, please calm down. She said, I got this. Thank you. Can you please tell me what happened? He like, well, the Christopher guy came up over there to our house trying to fight. She like, just right now? So Marky like, yes, just right now. She like, okay, I understand. Okay, I'm going to send the police to his house. I'll look at the application. His address is on there. I'll send the police to make sure he would never come back to your house. So Marky like, okay, that's fine. So she like, here. So she grabbed a shirt. It was a shirt for the store. So she grabbed the shirt, a work shirt, and she like, here, put this on so you won't have to be walking up and down the street with no shirt on. Boom, he put the shirt on. So she like, you can leave my office. He like, all right. So he left, right? He like, bro, before he shut the door, he like, bro, you coming out? I'm like, yeah, here I come. She like, yeah, can you shut my door? Yeah, you'll be out. Marky shut the door. She like, Roshan. I'm like, Miss Shirley, I know this look bad, but it ain't my fault. She said, I didn't say it's your fault. She said, but I think you need to go ahead and go home early. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I think I got like a couple hours. I'm like, you don't want me to do the degrees, drains, anything? She like, no. She like, in tomorrow, you don't work tomorrow. You're going to have another off day. I'm like, you're firing me? She said, I didn't say I was firing you. I'm like, are you suspending me? She said, I didn't say I was suspending you. I'm giving you some off days to clear your head. I'm like, okay. All right. She like, so you can go home and you have tomorrow off. I'll see you the next day after that. I'm like, okay, Shirley. She like, all right. She like, and make sure you go home. I'm like, okay. So I come out, I got my head down. So Dave like, I'm getting slammed over here, man. They keep getting pan out the pan, out the pan, out the pan. I'm like, hey, you better drop as many as you can. I'm like, drop 100 wings at a time if you know you can pan out the pan. So he see me putting on my stuff. He like, where are you going? So Kenyatta like, yeah, where you going? I'm like, Miss Shirley told me to go home. She like, she fired you? Kenyatta like, she fired you? So Kiki like, where's Dave? So boom, Kiki look, she like, why y'all all back here? Hey, Dave, I need that order. So he like, Alex up there? Like, she like, no, Alex went back to the smoke area. And she like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going home. She like, why? I'm like, Miss Shirley told me to. So Miss Shirley come out like, all right, okay, everybody go to that spot, go to that spot. Make sure, is my tickets getting put out? So Kiki like, yes, it's getting put out. She, boom, Kenyatta go back to her station. So she like, do you want anything? Miss Shirley like, you want anything? I'm like, yeah, I just want to give my brother something to eat, because mind you, I said I was going to bring my brother some food, my little brother some food back. So boom, I make his little rib tips and a lot of fries. Boom, I bag it up. So Kiki like, so boom, I'll go on ahead, I walk out. Now when I walk out, I'm looking for Marky. Where did this dude go? Like, I was long, but not that long. Like, where did this dude go? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just go home. So as I'm walking, I just so happily hear somebody like, Rody Doty, Rody Doty. So I'm looking like, who's, like, you got to be close to be calling me Rody Doty. Okay, so I'm like, who is Marky over there with Roy and Roy friend over there on that porch? So I'm like, I crossed that busy little street. I'm like, what's up? He like, yeah, I'm over here telling him what happened. He like, hey, you want to come to the crib? Ask Roy. I'm like, no. I'm like, because remember when we all went to the crib and we was up there, Grandpapa was in the living room. Oh, no. No, Marky, we not. If we going to get caught, we going to get caught doing something new. Not getting caught doing the same old thing. No. So we're like, all right. I'm like, look, let me just check the house. I'm like, let me check the house, make sure the house good. I'm like, and then I'll let you know. He like, all right. He like, all right, bet. He like, y'all want me to walk with y'all? So Marky like, yeah. So boom, we end up gone. We're walking. My phone going off. Ding, 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 ding. It's Miss Shirley. So Miss Shirley was like, hey, I just wanted to give you a quick update. I called the police. The police, they should be going over there to his house. I'm like, okay. I'm like, thanks for letting me know. She like, make sure you go straight home. I'm like, I'm going to go straight home, Miss Shirley. I'm walking there now. She like, okay, boom. I hang up. So Marky like, who is that? I'm like, Miss Shirley. So boom, we're walking. I'm like, come on, we got to hurry up and get back, right? He like, don't worry, Shanice there. I'm like, we don't even supposed to really be having nobody. He like, Marky like, thanks to her, she the one help me. Me and dude was like, tangled up. He was rapping. He like, that's why I ain't got no shirt. So Marky telling now exactly what happened a little bit. So boom, we going on here. We get to the crib. We make it in there. Perfect success. Shanice, she's sitting in the living room. It's just Shanice. So I'm like, all right. Roy, he did not come in. Me and Marky, we going on here, go upstairs. We tell Boo Man, hey, look, eat your food. Come and let us know when you want a snack, but ask Marky. Me, I'm finna go shower up and get myself together and see if we're going to have a little smaller get-together. But Marky is still on go. Marky is still heated. I gets out the shop. Marky is still mad, right? I'm thinking about, Dad, I just got sent home today and ain't working tomorrow. Boom. As I'm getting dressed, getting ready, I'm I hear do. I'm like, yo, I'm getting dressed. He like, it's me. So I'm like, yeah, it's Marky. Marky like, Mom just called the house phone twice. I'm like, why you didn't pick up? He like, I don't know. I'm like, he like, you good with talking to Mom? I'm like, man. So he like, look, the house phone going off again. So I go downstairs. Hello. I got the towel wrapped around me and just a shirt on. I'm like, hello. My mom like, why do I gotta keep calling the phone back to back like I'm stalking my own phone? I'm like, I'm sorry, I was showering. She like, why you home early? I'm like, I just wanted to bring Caleb his food early because he was hungry. She was like, okay, how's everything going? I'm like, fine. She like, is my house in one piece? I'm like, yes, it's in one piece. She like, nobody ain't been in my house, right? I'm like, no, nobody been in the house. She like, well, since Caleb eating, just tell Caleb to call me off his cell phone when he done eating. She like, I'm over here having a good time. I'm drinking. She like, look, I was going to come home tomorrow. She like, but we're going to take 2 more extra days. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, please take months. Take months of it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I miss you, Mom. She like, I miss you too. I'm like, I love you. She like, I love you too. And she like, don't forget, we got to get ready to get you enrolled into Marky's school, because after you do those little few days and get that little one little credit from out of Turner school, you're going straight there. I'm like, okay. I'm like, thanks, Mom. She like, all right, I love you. I'm like, I love you too. Boom, I hung up. So I'm like, whew, that went smooth. So Marky like, what happened? I'm like, she gonna take a couple of more days. He like, really? I'm like, yeah. So all you hear is ling, 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 my bell, the bell. I'm like, all right, I took care of Mom. You take care of the door. He like, this time I'm looking on the camera. I'm like, all right, so boom, I go ahead. I go in the room. Now I'm hurrying up because I heard the bell. So Marky like, some girl at the door. I'm like, I open up my room door. I'm like, don't let them in, straight like that. He like, oh, I'm not. So boom, he go open the door. He like, Rody Dody. I hear this dude calling my name from all the way downstairs, yelling my name like if we outside at the projects and he calling my name so I could let up the window. Open up the door. What? He like, the door. ASAP. I'm like, ASAP. Boom. I go downstairs. I open the door. It's Kenyatta. I'm like, they let you off? She like, yeah, it's time. I'm like, oh. I'm like, what you doing here? So she like, can we talk? I'm like, yeah, what's up? She like, can I come in? I'm like, I don't think you could come in. She like, can I please come in and talk to you? I don't want to go in your room. I'm like, all right. So boom, I hit that special lock. I let her in. Because the face expression said a lot. So when she saw that it was Shanice and Marky in the living room, she like, oh, I didn't know you had company. I'm like, oh, they ain't company. So she like, can I kind of like talk to you alone? And then I promise you, I'm out your hair. I'm like, you out my hair? I'm like, what that mean? She like, I just need to talk to you. I'm like, all right, come on upstairs. So boom, she goes upstairs. When I looked on my bed, I noticed I got a missed call, but it's from Kiki. So I'm like, I'll call her back. So boom, what's up? So I kind of got the door cracked. So she like, what's going on? What happened? Why did you leave? I'm like, I told you, Miss Shirley, she told me to leave early, and then plus she's sending the police over there to Christopher crib because Christopher came over. Ooh, I'm telling her a little bit of story. I'm like, but they finna tell me everything what happened. She like, well, I'm happy for you and Kiki. I'm like, oh, thanks. She like, oh, thanks. Just that. I'm like, yeah, what? She like, so me and you do it, and that was your girlfriend the whole time. I'm like, no. I'm like, we just got together. She like, but you knew you had to like her first, right? I'm like, look, I'm not doing this. I'm like, I don't gotta explain this to you. She like, yeah, after now you don't want to explain nothing. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, now she's getting a little bit, with her chest out. So I'm like, hey, yo, I'm like, come on. So she grabbed my arm. She like, no, let me go. You gonna listen to me? I'm like, I don't gotta listen to you. I'm like, come on, man, you gotta go. So she like, no, why you do me like that? I'm like, do you like what? I'm like, all we did was, that's it. I'm like, outside at that. She like, and it was good too, wasn't it? I'm like, what? She like, yeah, it was good. You was moaning like you came fast. So she like put me out the door. I'm like, if you came back and you wanted more and you still want more, I don't come ringing your bell. I'm like, now come on, man, let's go. So I grab her. I'm trying to grab this girl out, right? So I'm grabbing. I'm like, come on. She like, no, stop. I'm like, go. So now I'm trying to manhandle this dang on girl. So I'm, stop playing with me. Come on. So I'm like, Shanice. She like, okay, what she gonna do? What she gonna do? I'm like, I'm telling you to get out of my room. So Kayla opened the door like, my hands need cleaning. Is everything okay? I'm like, Boo man, shut your room door. He like, but what about my hands? I'm like, shut the door. So he slams the door. Boom. Shanice comes upstairs. She, yo, what's going on? I'm like, tell her to get out my room right now. Tell her to get up out my room right now. So Shanice like, what happened? I'm like, she gotta go. I'm like, tell she gotta go. So boom, she end up like, hey, Kenyatta, like, won't you just leave? You gotta go. She like, we're talking. So she like, I don't think Brody Doty want to talk to you anymore. Just go. So Shanice telling the girl nicely but rudely, let's go. She's saying it nicely but rudely, let's go. So all of a sudden, Kenyatta like, fine, I'll leave. And she pushed me. I'm talking about, boom, I hit the wall. Boom. I'm like, girl, I grabbed her straight by her hand. I said, don't play with me like that. And I let her go. She like, don't ever grab me like that. So Shanice grabbed her like, come on. So she like, I don't want to fight in his house, but I would tear up his mama house. I'm like, no, you would not. Marky come upstairs like, girl, you ain't finna tear up our mama house. Come on, man. You doing all that yelling, all that screaming. So Caleb opened the door. He cracked it. I just happened to look. He like this. My hands, they need cleaning. I'm like, just go in the bathroom. Here I come. She like, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. All of a sudden, the bell ring. I'm like, who is that? Marky like, wait, let me go check the camera. So I'm like, man, we ain't gotta go check no camera. So Marky like, oh, I'm down, whatever you down with. I open the door. It's Kiki. I said, she like, yeah, Miss Shirley sent everybody home 15 to 20 minutes early. She said that she needed to think. So I'm like, she closed the store early? She like, yeah, just a little early. So I'm like, oh, yeah, what's up? She like, give me a kiss. I'm like, she like, you don't miss me? I'm like, yeah. So I hug her. So she like, can I come in? I'm like, I gotta tell you something. She like, what? I'm like, Kenyatta is in there. She like, she moved me. And the door's kind of cracked. She pushed the door. Kenyatta standing right there. She's standing right there. Kenyatta like, excuse me. So she like, and what was y'all doing? She like, oh, Roshan, you can let her know what we did outside the day at your party or your get together. I'm like, what? So Kiki say, and what y'all do? Kenyatta say, ask your boyfriend, and walked off. I'm like, she like, okay. So I'm like, y'all, come on. So I shut the door. So Marky like, hey, I'm gonna go in my room. I'm like, no. I'm like, we should try to, you know what I'm saying, smoke and drink. I'm like, we still got the leftover drink. So Kiki, she like, yeah, I got some smokes too. So I'm like, let me hit Raymond up. So Marky like, I want that Christopher dude. So Kiki like, what happened? He like, wait, let's just have Raymond come over so I can tell everybody what happened at the same time so I ain't got to repeat the story. So Kiki, she looking, man. I'm like, you want a drink? She like, I'm like, all right. So I pour a drink. I come. I'm like, here you go. She like, thanks. I'm like, you welcome. I'm like, can I get a kiss? She like, oh, I don't feel like kissing. So Shanice like, oh, Y'all mad. It's so cute. So Kiki like, I'm not mad. She like, I'm just ready so we can start, smoking and drinking. So boom, he like, hey, Raymond on the way. All right, bet it up. So Marky hit up Raymond. I was going to hit up Raymond because I needed it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that if they had some whole time. Kiki had some kill. She had some thrags. It smelled like straight skunk. Boom, Raymond comes. Raymond bring his girlfriend. We in the living room. I'm like, hey, y'all, we going outside. Because we not about to get... If Grandpa Pa come in, by the time he make it outside, everybody been hid or jump the gate, right? So, boom, we out there. We at the table by the patio, twisting up. So, Marky like, look. He like, I'm waiting on Shanice. He said, I'm waiting on Shanice. He like, because Shanice said she was finna come back. So, I was on the porch and I was going in and out the house. I had the door cracked. He like, so all of a sudden, the bell rung. He like, I opened the door thinking it's Shanice. He like, the black screen, the special, all that was unlocked. So when I opened up the door, he saw me and he pulled the actual other door and walked in. So I'm pushing him out. He trying to get in. I'm pushing him outside so he can't get in. He like, I slammed the door on his foot. Boom, boom, boom. He moved his foot and I heard him ran outside. I shut the door. He like, and we like tussling. Shanice pulls up. Shanice goes inside the crib. Now, inside the crib, we have 2 statues, right? But we got a fireplace. Now, we had these like, I don't know if they was steel. I don't know what it was, but they was like steel or something like that. It was very heavy though. And they used it for the fireplace to move like, you know what I'm saying, the wood and stuff. So Marky said Shanice went to go grab that. Go outside and was like, I promise you I'll swing it and I ain't scared. And he was bagging up. She like, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the police. And he dipped off. So I'm like, was anybody outside? He like, no, Beth, no, nobody. Nobody went outside. I'm like, man, I'm like, Shanice, that's what I'm talking about. She like, yeah, like, how you just gonna come up? This not your first time. You keep popping up. I'm like, but guess what? Guess what? Raymond like, what? I'm like, Marky, we know where he stay. I know how to get to his crib. I still got the address. He like, how? I'm like, remember the party? He like, yeah. I'm like, you want to go over there? He like, he paid our place a visit. Raymond say, so what y'all thinking? Shanice like, y'all, I'm like, no, let's pay his crib a visit. I'm like, let's make sure Boo Man good and he get his cookies. And I'm like, we gonna go over his crib. Boom, we sparks up.